welcome to another episode of The Zog. This week it's been quite busy. I've done a day in the life video because I like to do one of these every year. A kind of brief glimpse into what I do all day because I like doing that sort of thing. And it's my show, so I get to do what I want. Joking aside though, it's been quite a busy time, so I'm just going to get straight into it. Well, it's just past 8 o'clock in the morning, and basically I've spent the last hour since I woke up reading the news on my phone and checking emails, things like that. Now it's time that I got a quick wash and got to work because we have a lot to do today. There's comics to do, I've got to pick up a prescription, got to go down to town hall to do my council emails and council work and things like that. So, busy day, let's get on with it. Well, hello, and through the magic of jump cuts, we're now in the office. The lighting keeps changing because for some reason outside is getting bright then dark then bright, and I can't work out why because there are no clouds. But we're in the office now. I've had to create a quick to-do list basically on the back of an envelope, and that will keep me going for today to make sure I do everything I need to. Got the Monday Book Club to script, and while that's been filmed and uploaded, what I'm going to do is get on with the comics so that everything goes up at the right times. It shouldn't take too long for the Monday Book Club. It's basically half an hour to maybe 45 minutes to write a review, and then I read that review onto audio equipment with my microphone that I've got just to the side here, and then we'll film a quick intro and outro in front of the books in the library downstairs, and then that uploads while I get on with the rest of my work. So that should be pretty quick, and then the comics are what will take the bulk of the day. After that, got to pick up a prescription, got to go to the town hall to do my council work, so it's a busy day, but well worth it. Okay, the script is written, so all I've got to do now is record it, and then we can put it together with a piece to camera that I'll do in the library, and we'll have the basis for today's Monday Book Club review, and then that can go up in the background while I make the comics. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Monday Book Club. This week we're going back to the start of the cyberpunk era of science fiction with William Gibson's Neuromancer. Okay, yeah, William Gibson's Neuromancer. It's one of those books that it's really, really dense, and sometimes you'll find it difficult to read, but it is well worth giving it a try. And I personally loved it when I read it the first time in the 90s, and I still like it now, so I think you probably will too. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like this, and if you did, remember to click the like button. Share it with your friends so that they can... Share it with your friends so that they know a good book when they see it, and do subscribe for future videos because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching the Monday Book Club on ZJKR, and I'll see you next time. As you can see, I keep these things very, very short. The point is that they're basically intros and outros to the show so that people can get a quick intro and know what I'm about to talk about before I say it. And then the main bulk of the video is the bit that we recorded earlier on. It's very quick. It probably takes more time to actually set up the camera and the lighting than it does to actually film this, but it's worth it, I think. Now Monday Book Club is recorded, edited, I've got to make the thumbnail for it for when I upload, and then that'll upload in the background while I do the comics. It's taken a bit longer than I expected because now it's, what time is it? Yeah, it's 10 to 12 now, so we're almost at midday, and I was expecting to be able to have the comics uploaded in about half an hour to an hour from now, so that's not going to happen. I'm a bit further behind than I expected, but never mind, we'll have to just make do with what time I've got left and just hope it all comes together. Well, the first of the comics is now done. I've got all over the house written, drawn, coloured, and I'm about to upload it. I'm going to take a break after that because I need to go and pick up this prescription. It's now, 1:30, so it's taken me, let's say, about an hour and a half to draw this. That's not too bad, actually. An hour and a half, maybe an hour and 40 minutes to draw it. So that's not too bad. I'm kind of back on schedule, so that's not bad at all. But I really need to go and get this prescription done, so I'm going to take a break, go and get the prescription, go down and do my council work, and then do the Knobmouse comic for today in the evening, which is a bit late, but at least we get it up there. And I'll probably end up doing another comic, one of tomorrow's comics, while I'm on with that, just to give me a head start for tomorrow. Well, here I am down at the town hall now. This is our members' room. You can see behind me. At the moment, I'm in here on my own because everyone else is out in meetings. I don't have meetings today. My meetings are later in the week. So I'm pretty much just here doing casework, making some phone calls, checking my emails, getting really hot and sweaty because it's amazingly warm today, and stuff like that. Oh, I'm logged in, so time to get on with work. So I'm heading back now, and it's been a nice day, actually. The weather's kept out nice. I thought it might rain, or because the weather report yesterday suggested it might, but it's held up very nicely, so I'm actually quite happy. So now it's time to go and get some lunch, well, dinner now, I suppose, and then get on with the Knobmouse comics. And if I have time, I'll start work on tomorrow's as well, just to get myself a bit of a head start. So yesterday I made some homemade cream of mushroom soup, and I made a fair amount of it because I like to make a huge amount of stuff and then freeze loads of it, so I can basically maximise the amount of lunches and stuff that I get out of any cooking session I have, because that way I save time for other projects. And today that's what I'm having for my dinner because it looks rather nice. Very scrumptious, we'd say. Homemade joy. I love cooking, and I really do like to experiment with things. So this time I put a little bit of paprika, some cream in to make cream of mushroom soup, and a few herbs and spices as well, a bit of garlic. So it should taste quite nice. Okay, when I came back from down in town, basically I sat down, had my dinner, and then cleaned up the kitchen a bit because you don't leave stuff out in the summer because it'll just go off. And after that, I just felt so amazingly tired because the problem I have at the moment is, yeah, 4-mile walk in and out of town. It's not bad. I used to, before the election, do 10 miles a day, and that was fine. The problem is that, now, as I was saying before, the phone rang while I was using it. I do wish that Apple phones would just send things to voicemail when you're actually recording rather than just stop the recording, because I don't like being interrupted like that. It's basically saying whatever you're doing is not important, so take this phone call. Even when the phone call turns out to be someone phoning me to try and sell me something. I don't want that. But anyway, what I was actually trying to say is when I got back from town, because of the heat, I ended up being tired and just having an early night. And as a result, I didn't do yesterday's comic for Knobmouse. And I remember that a lot of people would, under those circumstances, especially when I was more into the comic community than I tend to be now, because I don't tend to visit the forums or anything anymore, they would say, oh, well, I'll have to do a catch-up. Never do a catch-up. This is the most important thing I can tell a budding comic artist right now. Never do a catch-up comic for 2 reasons. One, you didn't have time to do your first comic. What makes you think you've got time to do 2 comics? Because that's what a catch-up is. And 2, if you're putting a catch-up up and then putting up your regular update as well, no one's going to see the catch-up because they go to your front page and you see just what you've put up now. So don't do it. And also, with that, if you're doing 2 updates in one day, what's actually going to happen is you're going to end up confusing people who think they've already seen your first one and not the second one. Anyway, gotta go. Okay, let's try this a 3rd time, because my goodness, the amount of people who decide to come and bother me the moment I turn the camera on. Right, like I say, don't try for catch-up comics. It doesn't work. You couldn't do your first one. What makes you think you're going to do 2? And the point that I was talking about when the postman came to the door is if you have 2 updates in one day, which is often how catch-ups work, you'll confuse people. They'll think that they've seen your update for the day and that you're just repeating. So they might see your catch-up one or your first one, but they won't see the second one because they'll think it's the first one again and won't click. I've seen that an awful lot. So basically, Catch-ups, don't do it. You missed a deadline. Never mind. You're doing it yourself. It's not like you've got an immense deadline and your entire life revolves around it. So just miss that one. Go on and do the best you can to make sure that you get your next update. That's the best way to do it. So there we are. Aside from that, what's happened? Well, my wife brought me back a little present. I collect Disney Infinity figures, and she got me an Olaf to go in my set. So I'm actually quite close to finishing it off now. I'm very surprised how quickly that came together. I love these things. They're really, really good ornaments. And in addition, you can play a game with them, which is always good because, as I've said before, I am a gamer. So I'm really, really happy with those things. I love them. Anyway, aside from that, all I've got to finish this off with is a game haul video, and it's quite a long one, so we're going to get straight to it. Hello and welcome to another game haul. Today I want to take a look at some of the things that Jen and I have picked up when we did our usual rounds of the charity shops and stopped off at CEX on the way home. So let's get straight into it. Now, we've pretty much taken all of the games out of CEX that are really, really cheap, so we're on to games that aren't filler so much as things that you might actually want to play. So we're going to start off with Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. Now this one's a little damaged on the back of the case, but really good game. I'm sad that it doesn't have a manual, but it plays well and it's fun to play, so I'm going to have to do a Game Hammer review on this at some point because it's a lot of fun. Put that over there. Next up we have Splinter Cell Double Agent. Again, it's a fun game, and actually it's in pretty good condition. The case itself is in good condition. The manual, it looks like it's been read a few times because it's got a few creases in it, but it plays just fine. It looks pretty good. Let's see if I can get this out. Yeah, a few scratches, but nothing really important on there. Nothing too bad. Plays just fine, so I'm really, really happy with that one. We're going to move on now. Now this one looks like it's been on a shelf and bumped a bit, but not really played all that much. It's Buzz the Big Quiz, and yeah, the manual has definitely had a few people reading it. It's very creased, and it looks like it's been worn. The game itself, my goodness, it's marked all over the place. It could do with a good clean and a few scratches, but it does load, and that's what's the important part, so we'll see how that goes. Actually, the manual, someone's been at it with a pair of scissors. Wow. Wow. Someone's actually been at it with a pair of scissors. Someone has done that on purpose, I'm pretty sure of that. They've really gone at this, and wow. I didn't notice that in the shop. I'm not actually happy. I may have to take that back and get it cleaned as well, just in case. Now next up we have a fun one. I was enjoying this when I tested it out earlier on. I actually played the entire first part of it. James Bond from Russia with Love. Really, really good fun. I really enjoyed that one. Next up we have... Now these games, it's like the FIFA things. I know I'm going to have to collect them all, so I'm trying to get them out of the way as quick as I can. WWE, shut your mouth. Yeah, SmackDown. It runs. It's not bad condition, but it's not my kind of game. Let's put it that way. Next up, we have Conflict Desert Storm. Now, I've heard a lot of good things about these games, and this one appears to have been kept in pretty good condition. I mean, it's got a couple of dents in the top, but nothing too bad. The manual is in pretty good condition, and it has the extra bump with it. And the game itself is in good condition, so I'm actually quite happy with getting this one. It finishes off the Conflict Desert Storm set because we have the second one. I don't think there's a third. So, there might be. No. I may be thinking of something else. So it's altogether pretty good, and I'm really happy with that. Next up we have Avatar: The Legend of Aang. We all know about this. It's a ridiculously bad game. It's battered to pieces. The manual is creased, and it doesn't come with the free card that it's supposed to have, because of course it doesn't. But the disc has hardly been used, and I can tell you exactly why. It's because the game is crap. But I'd have to look it up later on if I wanted to finish the collection, so I thought, well, we'll get it while it's here. Next up we have Terminator, Dawn of Fate. It's an interesting game, actually. I was having fun playing it earlier on, so I'm going to try that again later on. Manual is creased to bits and has damage on the back, but at least it's there, so that's pretty good. Do you want to create a progress file? I just noticed... No, I don't want to create a progress file. I thought it'd be fun to have the iToy in the background, but it doesn't seem to want to do an awful lot. I mean, can I see myself on it? Hello? Yes. Yeah, you can see me. Hello. Oh dear. iToy is fun. I really like iToy. But yeah, Terminator's got hardly any issues on it at all. A couple of scratches here and there, but not a lot. Perfectly fine to load as well. Next up we have X-Men 2, Wolverine's Revenge. And I was playing this earlier thinking, why am I not regenerating my health? If there is a game in existence that really can justify regenerating health if you just hide in a secure position for a couple of seconds, then it would be a game featuring Wolverine. But I managed to explode and die. So, yeah, that doesn't seem right to me, but oh well. The game's scratched to bits, but at least it loads. It loads pretty well, actually, I was surprised. So, yeah, not a bad condition one overall. Next up, we have Cold Winter. Yeah, this one, it's in reasonable condition. The manual's creased to bits. It's clearly been used a lot. It's, when I tried it out, all I have to say about this game is excessive motion blur. Whenever you move, motion blur. Ridiculous. I don't know what they were going for, what style they were going for that, but it really didn't work. Let's put it that way. My goodness, I sound terrible today. Hay fever, it's ridiculous. Next up we have Roller Coaster World, and we can tell how good this is going to be because it's made by Midas. Everything they touch does not turn to gold. The branded manual, I was very upset to find I couldn't get the sticker off without marking everything. But it loads, and if you're playing it on an Oculus Rift, I can tell you right now, it would give you so much motion sickness that you would vomit straight away. Next up we have Haven, Call of the King. I think this is going to be an interesting RPG if I can get past the fact that the main character is a prick, the main antagonist is an ultra prick, and basically no one in the game is at all likeable. It's clearly written badly, but I might give it a go. The manual is in pretty good condition. The game, it's pretty good, yeah. Hardly any scratches on it, so it's not bad condition. And yeah, I like RPGs, I really do. I love RPGs, but that one didn't really grab me when I tried it. But I'll give it another try later on. Next up, Gadget and the Gadgetinis. All I can say is Go Go Gadget, franchise killer. What were they thinking putting in basically little scrappy doos? The game itself, it's a basic platformer with Inspector Gadget stylings on it. Manual's in good condition, case is in moderate condition, discs in moderate condition, so overall can't really complain for £75. Next up we have Brothers in Arms and in Blood, and the case is not in the best condition ever. The manual is not in the best condition ever. It's got some markings and bits notched out of it. And the disc, let's get a quick check, loaded up quite fine. Yeah, a couple of scratches and some fingerprints, not much. Finishes off the Brothers in Arms set for that, not bad. Next up, I picked this up and had a look at it, and I had to pick it up because I've seen a couple of demos. I'm pretty sure it was demos of this at some point. Kessen 2. And this one is, if you've ever played Shogun Total War, it's similar to that, and it's actually quite interesting. Set in China during the Three Kingdoms, and very, very cool. Manual is in great condition. Look at that, hardly been used. Wonderful. Still got the extra bit of bump in the back, so that's pretty good. And for £1, I'm not going to complain, that's for certain. And the disc, hardly a scratch on it, so very, very happy there. Let's put that over the side. Next up we have Worms Blast. Not the best Worms game ever. It seems like more of a spin-off than a Worms game. Case is in moderately good condition. Manual is in brilliant condition. Wonderful there. Not much of a mark. And only a couple of creases here and there. So very, very happy. How's that going? Yeah, it's still recognising. Hello. How's that going? Yeah, I'm still in the corner there. Yep, you can kind of see me on a bit of delay. And the CD itself only has a couple of scratches. It's one of those Worms games where, yeah, you're going to play it every now and again when friends are around, you have a party, something like that. Final one from the CEX batch, because the majority were from CEX today. Getaway Black Monday. Now, I saw someone on one of the trade groups I'm on trying to sell a copy of this, the Platinum Edition, for £20. I wonder, does the Platinum Edition have extra content? Is that why? Because I'm not sure about that. I may have to look that up, but if you know, leave a comment in the comments, that would be great. Because I got my copy for £1.50, and I'm sure whether 20 quid would be justified under the circumstances, especially since I can go down and get the Platinum Edition from CX for £1.50. It's got the extra map bump, it's got the manual in fantastic condition, really, really good quality. The only issue with this case at all is that the bit of a dent on the back of the case, which of course I can replace because I have some other ones from the FIFA games in a pile. CD, a few scratches, but nothing too bad. So I'm really, really happy with that. And yeah, that's the final one from CX. Now, we went around all of the charity shops, and there were a couple that had PlayStation games in, but they were scratched to pieces, so we didn't do it. And we ended up coming away with only one game from a charity shop today. But it was 50p, but it's in really good condition, and it's Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves. Really good condition. The only issue with this box is that where there was a bit of sellotape to hold the game closed so that people couldn't come in and steal it. And it's caused a couple of rips on the Fire It Up sticker that's on the front. I don't know whether that's of any use to anyone, but oh well. No manual, but we did get a bit of extra bump. And the game itself is in near perfect condition. I don't think it's been played all that much. But I've had a look around, and it's not the most valuable game ever, but it generally sells in shops second hand for about 5 or 6 quid. I got it for 50p, so I would say wandering around the charity shops was a good deal today, so I'm very, very happy there. There are still bargains out there to get, so I do recommend it. If you're collecting PlayStation, go to the charity shops, you may find something. So there you are, that's really everything that's been happening this week. So all that's left for me to do is sign off. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like this. And if you did, remember to click the like button, share it with your friends so they can see what's been going on too. And do subscribe for future videos, because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching The Zog on ZJKR. And I'll see you next time.